welcome to episode 24 of Checkpoint Chats. I had to quickly glance over and make sure I was getting the number right. That's how you know we've done too many. I'm losing track of the numbers.
You lost it's old age kicking in already.
Yeah, it's old age. I mean, the podcast is nearly as old as me now.
How old are you?
5.
What?
We've passed it long ago.
Quintupled. Is that the right word?
It doesn't sound like a word, but I'll trust you on that one.
The episode count now.
Quintuples.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Good.
Yeah, you
nice
got you, and I wasn't.
awake now.
Yeah. You got you, and I was still in bed. So that's always a good way to
living the high life.
to get your guests inside. I mean, I didn't see your message, so I just kept that snooze button going, and I'm like, oh, maybe he's like coming real late. And it's just like, cool, I'll sleep.
I knew there were problems when it said you hadn't been online since like 11:30 last night.
You're like,
Arrived at the gates. I was like, I know your mom's out here. She'll let me in. Walk in, and your room's in darkness. I'm like, oh no,
still sleeping.
I know. How do I deal with this situation?
Do I wake him up? This is all awkward.
Just, I should have just SWAT teamed in. Like, get down.
Jesus, I would have freaked out because I was like not completely asleep. I was in that like lucid, like in between, because like my alarm's always going off like every 10 minutes. So,
oh my gosh, it's the best.
So I would have freaked out, man.
I do that too. So you say you're someone who snoozes all the time?
Yeah, all the time. Like it's detrimental sometimes. I'll snooze my alarm for like an hour. I sometimes
think,
even more.
Yeah, I think many people do that. I know Lensk and I definitely do that. Except the problem with my alarm is that it's the same tone as her ringtone.
Oh no!
So I think it really pisses her off when I.
So she doesn't know if it's a phone call or the alarm.
But in my defense, I'm so quick. The moment I hear that tone, like not even a second, I'm like, ah! Snooze.
Have you ever accidentally, instead of hitting snooze, you
put it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
How many alarms do you set?
Only one.
No, I said like 5 for that very
just in
reason.
case.
Yeah, like 10 minutes apart.
No, I've done that before, and then you fall asleep, and you wake up in like a panic because you're just like, I've been sleeping for too long, and you look at the time, you're like, fuck.
No, I set like 3 or 4 different alarms, and then this is what happens when you snooze all of them.
Yeah.
All 4 of them start going off like a minute apart, and you have to get out of bed. Like,
because they all start like getting way too close to each other. Yeah. Then you're not even getting that good snooze sleep in. So what's the point?
You're actually just ruining your sleep.
It's true. It's true. I mean, half the time I'm like, what if I just set my alarm accurately and got that extra hour of sleep instead of snoozing it right through?
Have you reached a point where, I don't know what your routine looks like because you're like doing varsity work, or you're going to actual work, or you're reviewing, whatever. So I don't know if you have a proper routine, but when you do, your body clock just knows. Like I often wake up before my alarm wakes me up now, and I'm like, oh, well, my body just knows.
That used to happen to me when I started varsity, because I used to had to leave at like 6 in the morning. Because I had like 8 o'clock lectures, and I'd wake up at like 5 just naturally, just before. I found it so annoying. Like, you wake up, you're like, oh yes, I can go back to sleep, and you look at your phone, you're like, my alarm's going off in like a minute. Cool.
You're like, no.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling. I hate it.
Nothing more soul crushing.
Yeah, it is soul crushing because you just, it's horrible. I hate it.
Have you ever had it where you wake up and you're convinced it's a weekday, only to realize it's the weekend and you can sleep in?
I've had the opposite.
The opposite. Yeah, no, everyone gets the opposite, but have you ever had it the other way?
I don't think so, no.
It's so nice.
That
I've got to get up. Wait, it's Saturday. I can just roll over and go back to sleep now.
That sounds amazing, actually. I would. That sounds way better than the converse.
Yeah.
Like, way better. The worst is, and I haven't had it happen for a while, but it used to happen to me a lot, was where like you'd fall asleep and your alarm would go off, and it'd be like morning, and it'd feel like you hadn't slept, like the blink of the eye type thing. And you've slept because that time has passed, but your mind is just like,
It's like time skip.
Yeah, it's just like a massive time skip, and you just, it fucks you over for the day completely mentally.
I think what we're getting at is that sleep is great.
Yeah, sleep is good. I think we discussed this.
Sleep is the best thing.
I love sleep.
Yeah.
I don't get enough of it, but
that's actually the topic of the show. We're the new sleeping podcast.
Oh, we're the new sleeping podcast. We're sponsored by a mattress company.
Sealy Mattress.
Sealy, is that its name? Sealy Mattress. There's one in the States that all the podcasts.
Oh, the one that comes in a box. What's it called?
Yeah, it's like Lisa Mattress.
It arrives in a box, and you just open it. It's like, it pops out.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of strange.
How does that work?
Like, it's professional mattresses with that cut out the middleman. All these adverts are like cutting out the middleman. Like, who hates the middleman so much?
Movement Watches, they're sponsoring. It's like their little blurb, whatever. It's like, yeah, they figured out that by cutting out the middleman, they could save you like $200. I'm like, who the hell's paying that much for like a normal watch anyway?
Stand. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah,
I always buy watches at like the 10,000 Rand price point. I mean, I don't know about you. Jeez, like.
And now I'm hearing more and more food delivery services like. It's no longer just Blue Apron. There was one I heard yesterday that was called Gobble. I was like, come on, guys.
We cut out the middleman. So your food comes as seeds. You have to grow it yourself.
Yeah, we cut out the farmers' agriculture.
Grow it yourself for only $2 now. We'll send you.
Just now they're sending you like astronaut food through a tube.
My God.
We cut out everyone. This is the worst possible meal you can have.
This is the future we're looking at, actually, where everyone's been cut out and everything just is... What would you call it when something materializes and, when you need it? Like, I'm hungry. I'll form a hamburger quickly.
Yeah, just like snap your fingers and boom, hamburger.
Like the Jetsons, man.
Hey, I'd be happy. Like, I love cooking, but I also love, like, having time to not cook and play games. So.
Can you imagine cooking in the future? It's like, I want spaghetti and meatballs with this sauce. Done the way Mama used to make it.
It's just like,
it just knows. It's got that secret sauce.
You would suffer. You'd just be like, I'm thinking of pizza. And there'd just be like pizzas all around you.
Yeah, well, that I want to live in that reality.
You can eat your thousands of pizzas in your pizza pajamas.
Oh my gosh, on my pizza mattress.
On your pizza mattress.
Well, this is a company just
Lenska
waiting.
doesn't like that you have... emoji plushies. I can't imagine she'll be happy with the pizza.
Do you
mattress.
know that emoji plushie of mine isn't in the cottage?
Really?
It's
Is
at
it
my
that
mom's
bad?
house. Well, it can live there till my mom sells the house.
That is amazing.
Then it's got nowhere to go. Where's it going to go? Straight to the bed in the cottage. She doesn't know this yet. So.
Does she listen to the podcast?
She does.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, so we'll see. If I'm sleeping on the couch this week.
On your pizza mattress.
On my pizza mattress. Yeah, she's like... So
anyway.
Episode 24.
Yeah, this is episode 24 of Checkpoint Chat. We're here to talk about games and pizza mattresses, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
I love pizza.
Goddamn.
We both had busy weeks in terms of actually playing games, which is really...
For a change.
For a change, it's almost like we have too much content.
Yeah, that's actually true, because what I worry about is that we come back like, yeah, I've still been playing like Hollow Knight. Will people be mad if we talk about it like the 5th week in a row? Like,
yeah.
Probably.
And now it's like, I'm like, how are we going to fit all this into one podcast? But let me be, I've got 2 games that I can be quick with and then one that...
Oh, okay.
Not super quick.
Let me timestamp this.
Yes, so very, very quickly, I've been playing a little bit of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm not like super into the game. I think I've only played around like 4 or 5 hours. And
that's still a fair amount.
Yeah, though. I think Rise took me like 20. So
nice. Yeah. Yeah, Rise was actually really... I played that at the beginning of the year, and it was surprisingly long.
Yeah,
like,
there were moments where I was just like, is this game ever going to end? Like, it just takes forever.
It just goes on.
But I really, really liked the very first one, Tomb Raider, and I really, really liked Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I thought, like, its open areas and its optional tombs I thought were incredible. So I really loved it. I'm not feeling Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Not even after 4 or 5 hours.
Like, so far, it's fine. Like, it's perfectly fine. But, like, it feels like I've played this combat ages ago. The platforming is fine.
Yeah.
The main thing about this game that is already evident is they've made Lara supremely unlikable.
Oh, really?
Like, I really don't like her at all. Because I guess that's part of the thing is, like, showing how her selfish tomb hunting nature is affecting the lives of other people, but the game is so unsubtle about it. Like they
like
really just hit you over the face with it.
Does she like kick into a tomb, says, "I'm selfish," and starts?
Or they're basically like the opening of the game, and I don't think this is a spoiler because they've shown this footage off. But
I've seen the opening.
Yeah, basically like she raids a tomb and she pulls this, I don't know, it looks like a knife. Apparently it's a key, and she sets into motion like these cataclysmic events across the world, like bringing about the apocalypse. And the bad guys, the Trinity guys, like, man, even I didn't think you were stupid enough to do that. Like, literally, he's just like, I didn't think you were that
greedy.
Dumb. Yeah, that selfish to do that. And because of that, like the Mexican cities that she's in floods and whatever, and like loads of people die. You see this like kid die in front of you. So like you're seeing all this, and they're whacking you over the head with this like, hey, look what you did.
Bad Lara.
And then you get to the end of the level, and your pal Jonah is there, and he's like, hey, we need to help these people. Nora's like, fuck that, we need to chase Trinity. I'm like, are you serious? like, and he's also just like, are you mad? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And like from that moment on, you just see Lara as this super, super selfish character that like, fuck, I wish Trinity wins. Like,
oh man,
honestly, she is detrimental to the human race at this point. Like, I mean, she set this whole thing into motion. She saw this kid die in front of her.
Yeah.
And then when it's like, let's help these people, she's like, nah.
We've got tombs to hunt. Or maybe...
And like her reasoning is like, hey, we need to stop Trinity to stop these events from continuing happening. Fine, but like there are people like in front of you, like, help them out. Like,
well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you think bigger picture stuff, maybe it is better to stop the apocalypse. Save.
But she caused it.
Yeah, I know. So she has to stop it.
God, so I don't know if because this is meant to like finish off this sort of like trilogy, and some people have said they really enjoyed the story. Some have said
Meh.
It's not good. But so far, I just really don't like Lara at all.
Maybe she'll redeem herself.
Yeah. The optional tombs are so good, though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
That was the best part of the last game, and it's still the best part of this game. The puzzles, platforming's fine, but the puzzles and the optional tombs are really good.
Yeah.
Really, really engaging and really nice. And what I like is that there's options where you can set like an overall difficulty for the game, or you can fine-tune separate parts. So you can make combat easier, puzzles harder, and exploration like medium or whatever. So you can make the game fine-tuned to what you want. If you hate the shooting combat, which isn't that great, it's like, so the big thing with this one is that they've enhanced stealth. Like in the past ones, you could be stealthy, but as soon as someone saw you, you could never re-engage into stealth. This one's different.
Okay.
But the stealth is very like, it's very hammy. It's always very obvious what I need to do.
Yeah.
And the spaces are so tight that it leaves very little chance for me to like be inventive with my routes and whatever. Maybe it's just because like when Rise came out, that stuff was still really good. I just think a lot of games have done it better since. Yeah. So
how old is Rise now? Like
3 years old. Yeah. I think that's just the main problem is that Shadow is not a bad game. Like so far, the main thing that's bugging me is the story, but from a gameplay perspective, it's identical to Rise, which I loved. Yeah. But it doesn't feel that different. It's a strange thing to say because like Uncharted 4 is the same game as Uncharted 3, but there's a lot going on there that makes it feel distinct and different.
There's something different about Uncharted 4 though. I mean, even when I played, I was like, I wasn't really hyped for it, and then my brother played it, finished it, so I got his copy. I started playing, I'm like, it's probably just going to be like Uncharted 3, but prettier, because it's on the PS4. But even though you're still shooting people and exploring, there's something special about that game.
Yeah, it just
like,
feels
I don't know, you just feel something about the quality or the visuals, I don't know, that all comes together.
I think the pacing also has a big thing to do with how Uncharted felt. So, I don't know, I'm hoping that the more I play Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the more I enjoy it. It is a beautiful game. Like, it is stunning.
Yeah.
Uncharted level stunning. It's really, really nice to look at.
What are you playing it on?
PS4.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that, it's yet to grab me, put it that way. Like, I'm playing it and I'm like, I'm getting to a tomb. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. And then back to Lara.
Apocalypse.
Like, selfish Lara. It's like,
So, that's the nature of a review game, though. At least you have to finish it and you can give us your Full thoughts.
It is.
Next week.
Yeah, probably next week, yeah. Other very short game that I've been playing, which will interest you a lot. I got told about a mobile game called Good Pizza, Great Pizza.
Oh my gosh, I love this game already.
And I was like, what is this game? Do you make pizza? And they're like, yeah.
Well,
So
sold.
essentially, you open up this pizzeria across the road from a very famous pizzeria in a town that seems to be obsessed with pizza. There's even a news network for pizza.
Am I the mayor of this town?
Yeah, this sounds like your dream town.
Oh my gosh.
And basically, you're just trying to like run a business. So people come in and they're like, hey, I want this type of pizza, and you make it, and all the ingredients that you use like cost money. So you have to balance like making sure that the customer is happy, but also not like overdoing it on the pizza that you're losing money. And it's just really nice and wholesome, and I found it a nice distraction.
Someone walks in like, I want pineapple on my pizza. Like, ah, get out of my kitchen.
There's actually no pineapple in this game at all. Like you have to save up money to buy new toppings.
Maybe pineapples is like the DLC content.
It could be. I mean, there are some people with some strange requests for pizza though. Like I've had people come in and go, I just want sauce and bread. I'm just like, what? Like just a tomato base on bread and toasted? Okay.
Yeah.
And then some people will be like, I want mushrooms and onions, but no base and no cheese. I'm
like what?
And then there's just hard customers who are like, hey, I want half pepperoni and mushroom and half sausage, and cut it in 2 slices. I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Why? But yeah.
That sounds like fun. Well, how does it work though? Are you making the pizzas yourself? Is it literally just management sim?
No. So you're making the pizzas yourself. Like there's a process, and it gets hard because like when I first started, it had like this dotted line guide where it was like, hey, this is where you put the toppings on, whatever, and then it just removes that. So there's every now and then I'll do a pizza and the guy will be like, hey, your toppings are really messy.
Like, you're like, oh
yeah, oh well,
I was in a rush.
Yeah. But it's really nice. It's like you're trying to make as much money in a single day as you can, and then the days just carry on and on. And it's really fun. I really like it.
On mobile, how much did it cost?
No, it's free.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's free. Yeah,
I'll download this
there's like
ASAP.
in-app purchases, but I haven't found like you can use in-app purchases to get more money or to buy like an upgrade for your oven. But I've never felt the need to do
that. Cool.
Yeah, it's just really wholesome. Like there's also like cool decisions. Like a homeless guy comes into the pizzeria often. He's like, hey, do you have anything to spare? And I'll make something small for him. And then there was this one girl who was like, hey, I don't have enough money for a pizza, but can I still get a pizza? So I was like, yeah, whatever. So I made her a pizza, and then 2 days later, she came back. She's like, hey, my mom thanks you for letting me have a pizza. Here's a tip. And she gave me like a bunch of money.
Oh, man.
So I was like, oh, sweet. Then an influencer came in and was like, hey, I don't want to pay for this pizza, but I shared with my 1 million followers. And I told her to get the fuck out.
Oh, my God. Was this actually in the game?
Literally, this was really in the game. And then she came back like a few days later. She's like, are you sure you don't want to give me a free pizza? I was like, get out.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Screw that.
No marketing for you.
Screw that noise, yeah.
No millennial marketing for your pizzeria.
There was this one night this like really shady looking dude comes in. He's like, you've got lots of what? You've got lots of expensive equipment here. So I'm just like, yes. He's like, and it's very dark at night here. I'm like, yes. And then he leaves. And then the an upgrade is added to my tree. It's like advanced locks. I was just like, yeah, I'm
interesting.
Buying that. I'm buying that straight away.
Oh my gosh. It's like, it's very dark. It'd be a shame if your shit were to go missing.
If your oven goes missing.
How would you steal an oven?
With lots of people.
Oh my gosh. Lot.
You'd need a lot of manpower to get that thing out of there.
Yeah.
Also, what would you do with a pizza oven? Make pizza
at home. What kind of a question's that?
I don't do that. But I'm more like a fire.
Oh, is this like an electronic oven?
Yeah. This is like one of those like Domino's ones.
No.
I like wood fire. Wood fire.
Yeah,
wood fire is where it's at, man.
Goddamn. Now on pizza.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I haven't had good pizza in a long time. I can't find good pizza.
We still have to do Franco's.
Yes, I need to come over to try this Franco's.
Franco's. Oh, it's the best. I haven't had Franco's for ages.
So tell me, I'll talk about Spider-Man later.
Spider-Man.
Tell me about...
What? Let me give you an option here. Which one would you have me talk about first while I multitasking timestamp here?
Give me a go at Battlefield 5 first, because I think it's the one I'm least interested in.
Okay, so I played, so the Battlefield 5 beta happened last weekend. I only played about 2.5, 3 hours of it. Yeah, I quite liked it. It didn't blow my socks off.
Okay.
Sad to say. It's more Battlefield. It's in World War II. I played Battlefield 2 or 1942, but that was years ago, and I never played against people. It was against bots. I don't have like standout memories of that game, but I imagine people playing this game will be like, man, this is just like those glory days, but on a modern platform, beautiful visuals. So yeah, the game looks great, but it's my first impression that it's just more Battlefield, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, Battlefield is great.
Was it just the normal, what's that mode, Conquest?
Yeah, so there was Conquest, and there's this mode called, I think it's called Grand Operations.
Okay. Is that the one that spans multiple?
It functions, but it functions like identically to Rush, where you basically, there's two objectives. People are defending, there are people attacking.
Okay.
You grab those objectives, cool, you move on to the next part.
Okay. But like opens up the next part of the map.
But I think it is part of a bigger match system where, there are different tiers or different phases to the map. You move from one part to the other.
I think Rush is my favorite Battlefield mode, even though I don't really like Battlefield.
No, Rush is really great, and I don't know if Rush isn't in the game. I think this is what Grand Operations is. It's basically that.
I played Rush a lot in like Battlefield 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I was busy talking to my colleagues at work because a bunch of them also played the Battlefield 5 beta, and like they're also enjoying it. But I keep thinking of like Bad Company 2. And Battlefield 3, and I played a lot of Battlefield in those days, and I don't know, it actually makes me sad thinking about it, because there's nothing about this that made me really think, shit, like I need to buy Battlefield 5. Like I really miss this game. Don't get me wrong, when I played it, I enjoyed it, and when I wasn't playing it, it's like, I just want to go and play a little bit more Battlefield. But there's no part of me, I don't think I'll buy the game, not for any wrong reason. I'm just like,
it doesn't have that like hook anymore.
There's nothing. I just think I'm like, multiplayer shooter, and that's more to do with me, I guess, as a gamer, not really the game itself. I'm just not keen on games like that anymore, I think.
I think that's a combination thing. It's like Battlefield has become a little bit stagnant, but at the same time, like, we're playing more single player games. I feel the exact same way. Like, I used to buy Call of Duty annually, and I played a lot of Call of Duty online, and I can't think of anything worse right now. Just in my, like, not to say Call of Duty multiplayer is bad, although a lot of fans seem to think it's not as great as it used to be. But it's just, that game doesn't appeal to me, and Battlefield has never really appealed to me. So,
but I think Battlefield fans will enjoy it. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of them play the beta, and they're going to obviously give feedback to DICE, who now have plenty of time to tweak because they've pushed out the release date. It is good though. Like, I know I sound like I'm naysaying, but if you want Battlefield, it is more Battlefield.
What platform did you play on?
On PS4.
Okay.
And I'm like, as someone who's always played on PC, I am genuinely gobsmacked at how nice it looks on PS4, because the game still runs at, I think it was 60 FPS, like still buttery smooth, looks great. Obviously it's going to look better on PC, but visually really, really great looking game, and DICE always nail that. Graphically and sound wise, their shit's always,
sound design is
their sound design
else.
is really like top notch. So you genuinely feel like you are in a war, because you crouch, there's explosions going on around you, bullets are firing off everywhere. People are screaming and shouting. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, from a presentation standpoint, PTSD Battlefield's always been good.
Yeah, one of my colleagues said he actually like Battlefield's one of the few games that actually makes him feel anxious, because like shit happens. He's like, oh my god, like this is hectic. But they've made some refinements of the game and improved a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay,
but so like one thing that was frustrating, but this is typical Battlefield though, is that when you go down, a medic can revive you. But what they've done in this game is that squad members can get you up, which I don't think was a thing
in one,
previously.
I don't think so, no.
So if you're in a squad, which is cool because it encourages like tighter squad play. You have to work together to keep.
So the squads are those 4 people that you get grouped up with.
A group of 4 people. You can revive anyone, even if you're not. Well, you can revive anyone in your squad, even if you're not a medic.
Does a medic just heal you faster?
The medic's just way quicker.
Okay,
so a medic can heal anyone.
Yeah.
And they're just really quick. But in typical Battlefield fashion, you go down, people look at you like, sorry fam, and they run off. You're like, no, like, get me up, I'm right here.
Fucking multiplayer games.
It's really frustrating, but I mean, I don't know how you fix that. The game has options to pick people up. And like, I get it, if you die in the middle of nowhere, no one's going to come save you.
That's already, to me, a positive change, because like you said, it encourages tight squad gameplay. Because like in previous Battlefields, when I did mess with multiplayer, like in Battlefield 1, I was always like, what's the point of these squads aside from me seeing the people on the map? Like, I'm not communicating with them. There's no benefit to me working with them directly.
Yeah.
So I like that there's more emphasis on that.
Yeah, well, the one thing, I mean, that's typical Battlefield, you can spawn on your squad, which is nice. But, But it doesn't help if you spawn on them and then you're in the thick of battle and then you go down. And they look at you, they're like...
You look at your map, you're like, hey, my buddy's surrounded by 4 people. Guess he needs help.
Well, you can't spawn on them when they're under fire, thankfully, because that... I don't know, like, I didn't play Battlefield 1 enough to know, like, if that was a normal thing to not, because I mean, how often would you spawn in on your squad mate, you die immediately? It's like, damn it. So I don't know when they fix that, but this one it is like you don't spawn in them until you can. They're not being shot at. But man, the number of times I died, and they like look at you, they really are like, that's a darn shame. Sorry, I'm so sorry for your loss. And they run off. You're like, no, wait, like come back. We can get, let's do this.
Save me, pal. Save me.
But I mean, not every player is like that. But there were many times. So in Battlefield 2, you have an option to bleed out, or you can like call for a revive.
Press F to
pay last respect. So you obviously want to get a revive, so you don't wait so long. I mean, you don't want to wait 10, 15 seconds to respawn.
Yeah.
So you hold the button and your guy puts his hand up. Yeah. And it's like, help. And they even talk. They're like, I'm down. Like, someone get me up. And people just look at you like, oh, man, you're a lost case. They're like, close your eyes and run off. Like, what? What is this?
You're just like, shh, let it happen.
Shh. Like, help, I'm speaking to you. Like, I can't.
I'm drowning
you're going
in my
into the
blood.
lights.
Oh, poor guy. Can't do anything for him.
But I mean, that's Battlefield though. If you're playing with a squad with friends, you're not going to have that. You are going to get people like, oh shit, I'll get you up, whatever.
I mean, these are problems that are inherent in like every multiplayer game.
It's definitely not a Battlefield thing. But in terms of just raw gameplay, that it is fun. Like, it's Battlefield. If you love Battlefield, I think you're going to enjoy it. I think personally, I don't see myself dropping money to play it because I'm like, I could play it for dozens of hours and enjoy it, but I don't feel like I'm progressing, really, if that makes sense. Like, I could finish... I'm at a stage in my life, like, I'd rather play a narrative-heavy game or single-player game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's that. So it's Battlefield 5.
Tell me about the other one.
The other one. Wait, I've got a timestamp.
I'm very excited to hear about Call of Duty Blackout because everybody been enjoying that shit.
So now, to my surprise, here's a funny thing, okay? So I love Call of Duty, don't get me wrong.
I mean, we were meant to play this weekend.
Yeah.
And then you got lucky and got a code.
We could still play this weekend. PC, it's open on PC.
Yeah, you didn't bring the files, man.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Sorry, I forgot. If only someone would have SMS'd me like the 80s.
Sleep is better.
To remind me. So Blackout... I mean, it's Battle Royale, and I've had fun with PUBG. I've had fun with Fortnite. And Battle Royales are hot shit right now. Everyone plays them, and they are fun, like, for obvious reasons. But when Blackout came out, I was like, yeah, cool. It's Call of Duty's Battle Royale, whatever. But now I watch people playing, and I was like, damn, I really want to play this, So I spent a good day or two finding, like, people on Twitter giving away keys. Like, yeah, I'm going to enter that. People streaming, giving away keys. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep it on the background and hope I get a key. I didn't get a key till, like, Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Finally got one.
A key, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm playing it on PS4 now, and it's really good. It's good to the point where I'm like, if you put sorry for this comparison, but if you put Blackout next to PUBG, I'm like, I don't know who would play PUBG.
Okay.
Like, I really don't. I think, okay, like I say that, but I think PUBG is more for the hardcore audience where it's more like, cool, you've got to find, a level 1 backpack or level 2 or level 3. There's different levels of armor. But Call of Duty's just Blackout's just taken all of that and streamlined it in a really good way. So you still get armor like level 1, 2, or 3, but that's it. It's not like I need a helmet and like a Kevlar vest. It's literally just levels of armor. Okay. You get a backpack, not different levels. So when you drop in the map, you can carry 5 items. If you pick up a backpack, you can carry 10 items.
And that's
like,
the max.
It's really as simple as that. Like they've really just streamlined everything. You still get the different ammo types. So if you pick up a weapon that only uses 9mm ammunition, you have to pick up 9mm ammunition.
And does the ammunition take a slot in your backpack?
No.
Oh,
it actually doesn't. So you can just
carry
pick up,
so much
you can pick up all the ammunition.
Oh, okay.
So
it's way more streamlined.
I don't know.
PUBG.
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think it has any negative impact on you. So I see ammo, even if it's shotgun shells, I'm going to pick it up.
Because in like PUBG, that shit takes weight.
It takes weight. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just pick up ammo, however the hell you want. Healing is. Oh, and like here's one thing that I really like. So in and I'm sorry, the only reason I'm comparing to PUBG is because it is the other, player in the specific genre.
It's like more realistic than like Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm not including Fortnite really in this conversation because Fortnite is different enough to PUBG that they battle royale games, but they're two completely different games.
Entirely different.
I mean, Fortnite's even more simplistic. It's like you pick up a gun, you don't need to worry about picking up a scope. Like whatever, what you have is what you have. But in Blackout, like when you heal in PUBG, it takes you a while to sit and bandage. Blackout, you can heal while you're running.
Oh,
like it's really cool. It's so quick. So you, for example, you get shot, like shit, I'm down some health. Just drop behind cover or run away and heal. So it's very easy to be in and out of action. And it's just Call of Duty in the battle royale setting, and it's really fun. And what I like is that I actually get kills. Not that I didn't get kills in Fortnite or PUBG, but it feels like in PUBG there's sort of a skill level. I don't know. It feels like when you drop in, it takes you a while to. I mean, we've both played PUBG. It takes you a while to figure out like shit. How does inventory work? How does this work?
Yeah, it's
Where
very
do I
cumbersome.
land? Blah blah blah. Call of Duty, you pick up a gun, you can kill people.
I think it's because like we've all played Call of Duty before, so we're familiar with what a Call of Duty feels like. Because like Call of Duty's gunplay is phenomenal. So it feels what I want to know is Call of Duty's multiplayer, the time to kill is extremely low.
Low, yeah.
How does that translate to Battle Royale?
On Blackout, you start with more health. You start with 150 health.
Okay. Oh wow, you actually have like a health meter. You don't just get
you have a health meter.
Red jam face.
Red jam face. No, so you've got a health meter. You start with 150 health.
Okay.
You can boost that to 200 health with a trauma kit, which is just a very fancy med kit you can pick up in the game.
Okay.
And if you have armor, I could be mistaken, but I think armor doesn't act as like it doesn't like slap on like you've got 200 health, 200 armor, let's say.
Okay.
It's just you have armor, and I think it reduces damage. So if you have like level 3 armor, it'll reduce all damage by, let's say, 30 or 40%, whatever the numbers are. I don't know what they are. And like if you run into a person, you will die quickly. But if you're having like a battle from far, it's very easy to take a few hits, heal, come out, and carry on fighting.
Okay.
I don't know. It just feels fast paced, but in a good way. But not in the sense that you drop and you die. Like, oh, shit, like
and
I have
you
to
can
queue up for another
carry.
lobby now.
I think some of the discourse I've seen around is like people can carry a lot of healing items at once.
Yeah, you can carry a bunch
it can
of
cause
healing.
like the final fight to be a bit stagnant because people will shoot, they'll heal, they'll shoot, they'll heal, and because they have so many items, like
but the thing is, when you're healing it, so say you use bandages, it heals like. I don't know if it's 15 or 25 health.
Okay.
But it takes like 2 seconds to heal that. So yeah, you could sit behind cover or run and heal, but the person can chase you. It's Call of Duty. It's not
it's like PUBG, I guess, in that regard.
Yeah, but the movement speed it's so fast. You can like sprint to a person quickly and just end them if they're going to sit and camp and try and heal.
And it's all first person.
It's
There's
all
no
first
third
person.
person.
No, all first persons. I mean, I don't know if they'll add a third person mode, but the map, for one of my colleagues was saying that you can run from one side of the map to the other in 5 minutes. Like, it's a big play area, but it's not big enough that
It's not PUBG big.
you're not sprinting like for hours just to get into the circle. You can be in the circle in no time. And there's like
So it's almost like a good blend of Fortnite and PUBG then, because I feel like PUBG's map is so large that if you see the circle pretty far away from you and you don't find a vehicle, you're
just gonna die.
Cannot sprint there.
Yeah.
Whereas Fortnite, like, that is 100% how it works. So.
Yeah. I mean, in the circle, the map is small enough in that I haven't been hit by the blue zone once.
Oh, wow.
In the 4
Is it seriously just the blue zone as well?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
like
Wow.
It is. They've got a term for it though. It's like the collapse or something like that. Yeah, but it's literally a blue zone.
Jesus. I mean, even Fortnite tries to contextualize
It's like, it's the storm. Get in.
It's the storm. It's like just the blue zone.
Just get in, man. Yeah, okay. They don't call it the blue zone, but it's a blue ring closing in on you.
Cool.
You know.
So they really did just look at PUBG. They're like, we can do that.
Yeah, and look, I think PUBG will keep. Don't get me wrong, PUBG will always have its player base, but I do think, like, personally, trying to go back to PUBG now, I'm like, I'd rather play Blackout. But
yeah,
again,
that's
like,
where PUBG is faltering. It's just not polished, and all these other battle royale games. I mean,
it's just coming out of nowhere.
that's how Fortnite did it. Like, Fortnite was just so much more polished at the time. Like,
it came out and it just did it better.
I don't get what the PUBG dudes are doing.
Yeah, I don't know. But Blackout at the moment, the only frustrating thing is that it takes a while to find a game, surprisingly. Like, even though it's a closed beta, you think that there are thousands of people with keys. You'll join a lobby, and you need, like, say, 60 to 80 people before the game will start.
Play cap's 80, right?
I think it's 80. No. There's been more. I think they upped it. I've been in a game where it starts at 88 people.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was a hard cap at 80.
No, I could be wrong, but I think they did up it.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Like this week already, I
wonder if they'll maybe hit 100 by launch.
I think they could. I mean, I don't know. For optimization stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, that stuff is very, very crucial.
But yeah, like, not that people aren't going to. PUBG always have its players, but between the two, I'm like, Blackout is just, there's something about it. But the only thing, is the lobby time. You you join a lobby, and it's like, okay, you wait for people to join. Like, it's 10 people, it's 15 people, and it takes, anywhere from, if you're lucky, you'll join a game that, you join and the game starts immediately. But I've been in games for like 10, 20 minutes before the game starts.
No.
But I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if it's an optimization thing or because it is a closed beta thing or like what's happening.
Because technically the only people who have keys are people who pre-ordered and people like you who managed to get spare ones.
But still, there are thousands of people.
Yeah, there should be. I mean,
keys.
it's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The pre-orders should be pretty large. Yeah.
So I don't know how that'll work with the final game. I imagine when it's actually out.
Because that is an annoying thing. Like, part of the reason why PUBG and Fortnite to an extent, because I think Fortnite's finding lobby times can be long as well. But PUBG is like, you press play and you're fucking
You're basically in a game.
That's it. You're in that lobby and you're waiting 1 minute. So it makes death feel, not as terrible, because you know that when you die, you can get straight back into the game. If I know I'm looking at another 10, 15 minute wait every time I die.
There's a reason I play all the Blackout I've played. I've landed like the far corners of the map, because the last thing I want is to land somewhere like spicy and then you just die in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then you got to wait another 15 minutes.
So I purposely find like the furthest corner I can. And sometimes there's a person then, thankfully I haven't died yet, because it's like, oh, they're in that house. Like, I can take them on or just run away.
How good is the parachuting?
Dude, the parachuting, I wish every Battle Royale game would take this. You can be out of the plane and on the ground in like no time. PUBG, I hate it when you parachute and it's like you there's a safe sort of like distance before you have to deploy your chute.
Automatically.
And then you're like, cool.
I do like that you can make distance though.
Yeah, no, which is fine. You can do that in Blackout as well, but Fortnite does the same thing. You dive straight down, then your paraglider comes out. You're like, okay.
Fortnite, I swear to God, you can drop anywhere and you can get anywhere. Like,
you could.
You can drop in the middle of the map and get to any of the corners just by gliding. It is so lenient with that stuff.
No, you definitely can, but if I know I'm going to a location, I want to get there ASAP. You dive straight down, and then it's like, no, you have to wait 15 to 20 whatever seconds before you can actually hit the ground.
Yeah.
Whereas Call of Duty, it's unrealistic that you dive straight down, you whip out your parachute, you down in like 3 seconds, bam, like when you deploy your parachute.
That's cool though.
Yeah, but so if they've sorted out their lobbies and you find a game very quickly, like it is Call of Duty, it's very fast paced and it's fun. Like it really is fun. Yeah. They've just streamlined a lot of things, and I think it works so well. I mean, even like looting, let's say, in PUBG, you've got your little grid system, for example. Call of Duty, you've got, like I've said, 5 or 10 slots. You loot a body. So say you kill someone, you go loot their backpack. It's not a grid system that pulls open. It just shows you one thing at a time. So you'll open up their backpack. It'll be like, okay, they had this gun. Do you want it or not? You just scroll left and right. And you just hold, like, say, square to pick it up. So it's like, no, yes. And you're done looting, you run off. It's not like dragging stuff, worrying about inventory space, this, that. It's streamlined and it just works very well.
I have read that there are a lot of people that don't like it, and that Treyarch is looking at a better method.
I don't know. I quite enjoy it. I think it just works fine, you know. If there's a better system, by all means, but I've had no issue with it, and I actually prefer it.
Okay.
Yeah. Although maybe what they could add is like a quick view of what the person has. You can like open up and close. So you don't have
to scroll through all of
but
it.
But the fact that you like, I don't want this weapon. They've got bandages, so it's like gun, no, bandage, yes. Ammo, yes. You know,
no bandage, yes.
So and you can loot very quickly, but yeah, I mean they're going to optimize it and make changes based on this beta. Okay. So yeah, if you could get an opportunity to play it, I would highly recommend.
What I'm thinking of now is that scene from Wonder Woman, which is just like Diana, yes, and now it's a bandage in my mind. It's just like bandage, yes.
Yes.
Bandage running to like a wound in the battlefield.
I know.
Throwing caution to the wind.
Yeah, but now it's the same argument though that I have with Battlefield. I'm like, I enjoy it. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it though.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Like, I enjoy Call of Duty multiplayer, but there was something, I know you and I are in the same boat here. If we play Call of Duty, it's like, cool, I'm getting a nice campaign and there's multiplayer. I don't know if I want to pay that much just for multiplayer. I mean, I say that in like, there are games like Overwatch where it's just multiplayer and you pay just for that entry fee. But I don't know, like I enjoy Blackout. Do I enjoy it enough to drop $1,000 on it?
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like Blackout is the only thing that's interesting me from Call of Duty, because like I'm off Call of Duty multiplayer. Like I haven't played one solidly since I think the last one I played really seriously was Modern Warfare 2. That was like more than 8 years ago now. Yeah. So I'm just not interested in it at all. But Blackout sounds great, and I wish it again. Like every single year I come to this point, it's like I wish they would compartmentalize it. Like, do you want just the campaign? Fine. Do you just want this portion? Fine. Maybe like even if they say, you know, if you just want the campaign, you're paying $40. So it's not immediately like much cheaper, but if you're buying the whole package, you're like almost getting a quote unquote deal. You know what I mean? So if they put out Blackout for like $30 or whatever, I'll pay that.
Yeah, I'll pay that as well. Definitely.
I mean, that's pretty much what I paid for PUBG. Yeah. So I don't know. I think there was rumors, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, that Battlefield 5's Battle Royale was going to be launched also separately from the game and for free.
Oh.
And I think that's smart, because like this is why Fortnite found its footing. It not because it's free, but because people are playing it. The last thing you want with a Battle Royale game is no one playing it, because that kills the game entirely.
So they might launch their Battle Royale for free, Battlefield 5.
If I'm not mistaken, I might be. I mean, it's been a long week, but I seem to remember reading something about that.
That'd be cool. Because I was just going to say, I don't know where Battlefield 5's Battle Royale is going to fall on this now. It's like we've got
their Battle Royale feels so weird though, because it's like 64 players, so it's like cool, same player count as the biggest map in Battlefield, fine. And then they're just like, it's squad play. I'm like, does that mean you can't play solo?
Yeah.
You have to be with 4 other people? Like,
Yeah, I don't know how. And
that's immediately like, I don't want that.
There's an interesting spin because it's Battlefield, like, you know, everyone gets in a tank or you have a tank and a Jeep, whatever. Like, there's that whole vehicle aspect, which the other games don't have. I mean, they've got vehicles for the sake of transport.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could add an interesting spin, but I don't know. Like, I don't know where, when I think about it, I'm like, out of all of them, like Blackout's just the streamlined, fast-paced one. PUBG's more the hardcore, like, and sorry,
Like
just on that note, on Blackout there is bullet drop and everything.
Oh,
so
is there? Okay.
yeah, it's not like
Is there item degradation? Like if you shot a dude and then you go pick up his armor, is his armor like half busted?
not that I'm aware of. Like yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, PUBG's the more hardcore battle royale simulator, and Fortnite's the one that's accessible to everyone. Like everyone can pick up Fortnite and learn it in one
And
game.
that's where it's finding success. Yeah.
Where's
it's ease of use.
Where's Battlefield going to fit in? I don't know. Like I really don't know.
It's really funny though, because I recall a few months ago us saying, man, Call of Duty's got to work really hard to make Battle Royale work because it's got gameplay that doesn't really fit in with that sort of style. And we're like, Battlefield sounds like it has the easiest transition, and it seems like Battlefield 1 is taking that to heart, and even though it's the easiest transition, it's also the most boring one at the moment.
The fact that they have 64 players as well, I find very weird. I'm like,
so weird.
That's your standard.
Yeah, it's not pushing anything. And also just like if you're relegating it to just squad play, like I'm not down for that.
I mean, they could have bumped it up to. I say that like they could have just done it like just flip a switch. But if they could have aimed for 128 players, even if can you imagine 256 player battle royale? Like that would have been.
I mean,
massive.
But that's what shows that like Blackout is so interesting because like Call of Duty has never had a player count anywhere near this high.
Yeah.
So this has been work for them, you know.
But the game, I don't want to say looks garbage, but some assets in the game are awful. Like I put out, oh my gosh, I put out a tweet earlier because like the grass looks like it's from the PS1 era or PS2 era. It's like really ugly.
I do know, and I'm not saying this is the case, but a lot of these betas sometimes don't ship with final assets.
No, I can
because they
imagine.
want to keep the download size down. The last thing you want is like, hey, come play a beta. It's 40 gigs.
Yeah.
Which the Forza Horizon 4 demo came out this week. It's 30 gigabytes.
Well,
fuck that noise.
Blackout is 36 gigs or something.
What?
Yeah, it's
okay.
massive.
It doesn't. Okay, there's no reason for backgrass. Sorry, I thought it was like an 8-10 gig download.
No, it's a massive download.
Okay,
it's
fuck
really
that.
big.
That must have all the assets in there.
I don't know. The grass is ugly.
Jesus, that's bigger than Tomb Raider.
So it's not the best looking game, but maybe that's a compromise they had to do to get their game running at 60 FPS with so many people, which is fun. Like personally, I'm not phased about that. The game runs like it's fun to play.
It's phenomenal that it runs like Call of Duty has never been the best looking game ever, but the 60 FPS thing is something they pride themselves on. So to have it with 80 people must have been such a technical nightmare to get right.
And I've had no issues, like no graphical issues. I mean, when you're putting out grass that looks that bad, I don't see how, but...
You're really salty about this grass.
It's really ugly. No, but that's just nitpicking. The game runs fine, and that's all that really matters to me anyway. I don't really care if, for lens flare and beautiful tech. Like, beautiful visuals are great, but when I'm playing a battle royale, I'm like, whatever. I'm just here to shoot people.
Yeah. I'm still disappointed that they went for a blue ring and not like a ring of zombies that was closing in on you.
Yeah, I didn't even speak about zombies in the game.
There's zombies.
They're terrifying.
Yeah. Is there like a point to zombies? Is there like better loot by them?
Well, one thing I figured out yesterday is that zombies drop loot. Which I killed one that dropped a gun. I was like, whoa, that's new.
Okay.
Killed another one, dropped a medkit. From what I can tell, in the game you get ray guns, which is I think it was like one of the top weapons in like
the zombie
mode.
That like silly looking alien pistol.
Yeah, so on the map at any point there's like a blue marker saying it's like, hey, there's a ray gun here.
Cool.
But from what I can understand, it's always in an area with zombies, so you have to like work to get it.
Okay. And that would also make you a target for other players.
Yeah.
It's almost like an airdrop, but an airdrop that drops enemies with it.
But it's funny because zombies only really appear in the one part of the map, which is Asylum, and there's a graveyard as well. Where those are the only two places that I've seen them.
Okay.
We've been there, like friends and I have been there, and we're like, oh my god, there's a huge gun battle going on. There's some two squads battling out, and then later I was like, oh no, they were just killing zombies.
Just like one dude killing.
Zombies. Killing all the zombies. You could have used that to your advantage.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice twist. I mean, you can go land at Asylum. There's probably good loot there, but you also have to contest with the zombies that can surprise you and hurt you.
That's cool. No, I like that they've integrated that. I mean, why not? I just really would have liked, like, hey, the circle is like the circle of
wall
zombies.
Of zombies. That
and it's
awesome.
Like you take persistent damage still because you don't want to leave it to like chance that you get damaged by the zombies. But you also, like, while you're fighting back into the circle, you're fighting these zombies. I think that would have been cool.
Well, they add an interesting twist regardless. I mean, last night I went to the ray gun drop, but somebody had looted it already. I got there, the crate was empty. It still had the blue light there. I'm like, why is the light still on? Like, put it off,
Maybe
show
it's
that it's been
fucking with you.
looted. Oh my gosh. So then I'm like, oh shit. I'm busy running out. There's a bunch of zombies attacking me. Then a dude sees me. I'm like, fuck. Like, jump out the window, run away. Jeez, like,
barrel roll out
intense,
the window.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's Blackout. It's really fun though.
Blackout sounds awesome.
Yeah, but I agree. If they could separate it from the main game, man, that'd be so good. Well, we spoke about that for long.
Yeah, I don't think I have time for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. We could cut out something. Do you wanna give us a tease of Spider-Man? Maybe?
Yeah, I'll give you a little tease of Spider-Man. It's really good. Really good.
The end.
It's so much better than I thought it would be.
I think
which is crazy.
I don't think people thought it would be a flop, but I think you and I have said this. We thought it would be a great game, like a 7.5, 8, maybe.
Yeah, I thought a solid 8, like a solid, like, hey, this is good. This is still the best Spider-Man game ever made, but not like to the point where I'm thinking about it in Game of the Year conversations.
Yeah.
Like, this game is fucking phenomenal.
That's one thing that blows my mind because, I mean, having played God of War, I'm like, I don't know who's going to beat that other than like Red Dead Redemption and Hollow Knight. Oh, man.
Hollow Knight.
I think we need to make a mention of Hollow Knight every episode from now on forever. But yeah, I never would have thought that Spider-Man would stand shoulder to shoulder, not for any reason other than that God of War is just a really great PS4 game. And people are already saying like, yeah, Spider-Man's my game of the year. I'm like, but have you played God of War?
I believe that, like, I think Spider-Man is more to nitpick in terms of small little problems. Like, it doesn't suffer, but it has the issue of like all these side quests that populate your map, and not all of them are super great. Like, there's ones where you have to catch pigeons, which is boring. Some of the research stations that Harry Osborn leaves for you are a bit boring, but then there are really good ones. Like, there's these optional challenges that this villain leaves for you, and they can either be like a combat challenge or a stealth challenge or a follow this drone really quickly through the city challenge, and they test your skills so well that I just love looking for them and cool. doing them. So there's like a good balance of these side missions suck and these side missions are really awesome. But the main thing is just so it's like two things. It's like the story is really good. It plays on characters in an interesting way and is just really well written. Like the dialogue and the relationship between Peter and Mary Jane is phenomenal, and the villains are humanized in a way that they're not comic book villains. They have purposes and motives and a lot of character. They're not just throwaway. Like Batman Arkham Asylum was really good because it delved into the relationship between Batman and the Joker. And the Joker is interesting by virtue of being mysterious. Like, I think the worst thing someone could do is try and add like a backstory to the Joker. That's not who he is. But a lot of Spider-Man's villains, like Doc Ock and some of the rogue galleries like Electro or Shocker or whatever, a lot of them, they just come off as poor, like they're just caricatures of villains. Like, this humanizes a lot of them. Especially the new main villain.
What's his name?
Mr. Negative. Like, I didn't know about him, and apparently that's because he's a fairly new villain in terms of Spider-Man lore. But he's got a really good like story.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So Yeah, and there's a lot of like hidden villains and a lot of interesting story beats that come up, and they're just really, really well handled.
That's nice.
But the swinging,
oh my gosh,
God,
yeah, it looks so good. I think that's
I'll leave that for
next week.
Yeah, for when we chat about it more. But like, it's a phenomenal game with great combat. The swinging.
How long have you played it for now?
I last weekend. Remember when we podcasted? I was like, I'm going to play Spider-Man today. Hell, boy,
I remember it because it meant I couldn't play Spider-Man.
Man, I think I sat here on Saturday and Sunday just like in my couch. I became one with my couch, and just I must be a good 15 hours in. I'm like in the third act of the game.
Okay.
And I know I'm getting near the end of the story. But there's moments where I'm just like, I'm going to focus a bit on side stuff, and I'll spend like 4 hours just doing side stuff. Like, it's really good.
Will you platinum it, do you think?
I do. I'm aiming to do that.
Well, is it not an easy platinum, but is it a reasonable platinum?
It's a reasonable one, yeah. It's like, do all the side missions and collectible stuff. The collectibles are cool, like your backpacks, funny backpacks.
I've heard the backpacks
I thought they were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't really looked at the trophy list if there's any like weird like do this in combat or do
Chase
this
the
in
pigeons.
combat. Yeah, so I hope it's not like, hey, try web 10 people at once in combat, because fuck that shit. But yeah, we'll see. I've seen a lot of people platinum. Yeah.
Even a lot of local reviewers have platinum it.
So I think it's a fair one. It's not one you have to like. I highly doubt I'll have to play through the whole game again. Put it that way, because otherwise people wouldn't have it yet.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, but what a game!
We'll do it.
What easily one of my favorite of the year.
God damn! Is it game of the year? Don't answer that. That's
not, because that's Hollow Knight.
What? Oh, Hollow Knight.
Cool. What are we doing now?
Oh, hot damn!
Game releases.
We've spoken for nearly an hour.
I know.
Some games we've played. Geez, like we never do that.
Yeah, this is what it's like to actually play games.
Yeah. Okay, let's fly through everything.
Don't tell me what to do.
Let's do game releases. Should I plug our mattress sponsor again? Yeah, Sealy.
Yeah, Sealy mattresses.
Comes in a box.
I'm just trying to find.
There's one thing that I don't tell you. Okay, your mattress comes in a box and you pop it out. What if you move? How do you get it back in the box? You don't.
You suck all the air out of it, because clearly you've bought an inflatable mattress.
This is how they do. That's how they do it. They want you to just leave that mattress behind and buy another one, because it's so convenient.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, like.
So you know what's happening this week is the release of NVIDIA's graphics cards.
Oh.
Which is really annoying because I haven't got one yet.
Oh no.
We normally get review samples pretty early with this stuff, and haven't got anything.
I'm gonna come over to watch some Battlefield 5 ray tracing.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see real world testing, on that.
Yeah.
Thing. So, anyway, we are looking at games coming out up until the 21st.
Yes.
So.
Geez, we spoke about a lot of games.
Okay, coming out today, I think we spoke about this last week, Undertale on a Saturday, which is strange.
Undertale.
18th of September, Fishing Sim World.
Oh, yeah, it's my
PS4,
jam.
Xbox One. Yeah, I know.
Nope.
Then also September 18th, The Bard's Tale 4, Barrows Deep.
No idea what that is.
That sounds
new
Bard's
idea.
Tale, I'm not entirely sure. 18th of September is also the date the Nintendo Switch Online service goes up.
We'll touch on that in news.
Yeah, we'll touch on that in direct stuff, because there's some good stuff and fucking terrible stuff.
What?
With that, yeah, there's some
dumbass decisions. No, I know what you're in. Yes.
Game called Hover, coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is. Big PSVR game coming out, or VR, non-VR game, Transference. That's the one with Elijah Wood and Ubisoft. That like psychological horror thing.
semi/horror/
Yeah.
Why is Frodo so evil?
I'm stoked to play that. I'm keen to.
I'm curious to see how that's received.
Also, a lot of these are September 18th. Warface on PS4. That's a Crytek shooter.
September 18th, the Friday.
No, September 18th is Tuesday.
Oh.
Today's the 15th, my dude.
What?
Yeah.
Where's this month gone?
I know, right?
What the heck?
60 Parsecs, also coming out on PC, September 18th. Sears Isle, also PC, September 18th.
CS Isle.
Sears. Sear, like a sear.
Well, now I can't stop thinking of a spin-off CSI game where
CSI Island.
CS Isle. You have
CS
to
Isle.
solve murders in a
Grocery
convenience
aisle.
store. Yeah.
Yes! I'm down.
Wow.
Who knocked over the cereal box?
We'll get what zoom? No, what is the term they use when they zoom in? It's like magnify. No, there's a term. Oh, what's it called?
Amplify?
Amplify. No,
Zoom in.
no. Clarify. No. What is it? Whatever. Carry on. I'll think about it.
Someone took
enhance. That's
Enhance.
it. Enhance. No, wait. We have to go closer. Enhance.
Someone took 2 samples from the tester plate here.
And then that dude puts his glasses on. So no, but wait, I have to still say, so it looks like we have a serial killer on our hands.
Oh my god, fuck off. I can't even.
That is the perfect
that.
setup. You said cereal box.
Oh god. Okay, where was I?
I know you can add that. Yeah.
Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. This was announced during the Direct, but it's also coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One.
Beat 'em up bundle.
Yeah, I think it's fighting
All of the
games. I don't
games.
know. Beat 'em Up bundle.
What? Get out.
A game called Blind coming out on PSVR, Rift, and Vive.
no.
Never heard of that. Not sure what that is, but I assume something to do with like not being able to see in VR, which could be cool.
Get out. Was it in the name?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Ruin, Steam Early Access. I don't know what that is. September 19th. This game's name. Meet Possible Chapter 1.5.
Wow. From the people who named Kingdom Hearts.
Meet Possible. Not Kim Possible. Meet Possible. Chapter 1.5.
This is like the anti-vegan game.
Jesus.
It's like, you know what? Meat is possible.
It's out on PC, Android, and iOS. I can't tell you what that is. Ring of Elysium, also Steam Early Access on PC. Siegecraft Commander, on Switch. What is this?
What?
I've never heard of this.
Even me.
And we're the Switch fan club. I don't know.
We should disband. We're a bad fan club.
Heavy Metal Machines official launch on PC. So I guess that's something coming out of early access. That's the same with another game called Crosscode, also officially launching on September 20th.
Crosscode. It's like CrossFit, but not.
Yeah, it's CrossFit for programmers.
It's when you code, but angrily.
And very quickly. and dangerously.
And you buff up for competitions.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, you buff up your fingers.
Yeah. You do.
I think we nailed that game.
Imagine your fingers had 6-packs.
What do you mean? What do you mean imagine? Look at these fingers.
Do you do sit-ups? Do push-ups?
Yeah, do push-ups with your fingers.
Oh my gosh. This is why you are so good at gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Your finger game is on point.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Little Dragons Cafe.
Wow.
PS4 and Switch, September 20th. If this is a game where I just get to serve cappuccinos to dragons, I'm down.
It probably is. It's in the name. I mean, come on.
I'm down. Little Fingers coming out on Switch.
This is the opposite game to finger bench pressing.
I've heard of this.
Little Fingers.
I swear a lot of people have been talking
Is
about
this Littlefinger from Game of Thrones?
Sorry, I misspelled. I missaid.
Light Fingers.
My bad. My bad.
Jesus. And didn't you learn to read in school?
My bad. Light Fingers, not Little Fingers.
Light Fingers.
Yeah, because it says little above it. My bad.
Little Light Fingers.
So Light Fingers is...
What
do skulking thieves do after a night of procuring shady spoils? They gather at a favorite tavern and wager it away on a friendly game of Light Fingers. Played on a magical Clockworks game board. This turn-based multiplayer game has real-time action and devious opportunities for misdirection, all in the pursuit of securing more loot than your opponents.
Nice.
Sounds cool. So it's like a turn-based multiplayer.
It's like Monopoly, but not.
It's like better than Monopoly.
Better than Monopoly.
Huh, looks pretty neat. I'm down.
Nice.
Okay, I could give this a go.
Do it.
Light Fingers. September 20th, also The Gardens Between. PC, PS4, Switch. Oh my god, okay.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah, okay. September 21st. Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse on Switch. Don't know what that is. 8-Bit Armies, PS4, Xbox One.
That's a cool name.
I guess they're 8-bit.
And what? It's a war game.
It's a war game. Get out.
Get out.
Witch Thief on PCs.
Where you steal what witches?
You steal. You're a witch. And you steal thieves.
They're snatching up witches up in here.
My brother Rabbit. PS4, PC, Xbox One, Switch.
I swear some of these games, it's like they have bowls with random jumbled words. They just pull them out. It's like, okay, word 1,
wait
word
till
2,
next
brother.
Wizard's tourney.
Wizard's tourney.
You know, like tournament, but tourney. Not journey, tourney.
Wizards. Can I be Harry Potter?
Oi.
Oi,
governor.
Oi, governor.
Then the last one is Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna, The Golden Counties. What?
Who
the Golden
names
Country
these games?
Standalone. I think this is the
DLC.
DLC that came out last week.
Who
but now
names
it's
this
coming out
DLC?
standalone. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna, The Golden Country.
Nice. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's rolls off.
Is that all the games?
That's it.
Jeez, that's a lot of
it.
That's a lot of.
Do you know what's
stuff.
coming out the week after though?
Give me
Hollow
one.
Knight on PS4
And Xbox?
Yes.
I don't like this bias we're getting. Hollow Knight's coming out on PS4. And I suppose Xbox.
I mean, that's what happened with the. That's what happened. Well, let's get into news. So there was a direct, and then they announced a lot of Final Fantasy games for Switch. They're also coming to Xbox, but no one mentions that.
No, no. I was one of those people. I was like, yeah. Oh, Xbox put out a tweet saying Final Fantasy is coming to them too.
Which is huge because these have all been PlayStation exclusives.
Exclusives for like decades, you know.
Now you think of Final Fantasy 7 and it's like, no, that thing's just a multi-platform game.
It's
like,
everything
what?
now. Jeez, like.
But also, they... so there was a direct, which happened Thursday night here.
Yes.
It was the same one that was delayed last week, and oh boy, what a direct. What a direct it was. So I'm going to go through the things that I thought were really cool.
Do it.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
The prequel to Luigi's death.
The previous direct, they fucking smoked Luigi.
Yeah.
They killed him. So I think this is the prequel where he pisses off Ghost so much that the Grim Reaper comes and drags his soul out of his body with a scythe.
Oh my gosh. And then it ends. And then it turns out that Super Smash Bros. Is built into the game.
Yeah.
No. No.
But Luigi's Mansion...
It looks cool.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion always been fun, and this is the first one on Switch, so...
It'll sell well.
Yeah.
So
I think that one was cool. Then all the Final Fantasies coming to Switch.
Oh, man. That is really cool. Like, I was telling John Michael, my colleague, earlier this week that he said, are you excited for the Final Fantasies on Switch? And I was like, yeah, like, it's cool, but the problem is that... So I tend to play Final Fantasies like, I had a brain fart. I tend to replay Final Fantasies every like 3 to 5 years. So the problem is that I replayed Final Fantasy 7 and 9 like 2 years ago.
Oh, so it's still fresh.
And I played them on the Vita, so I had them on the go. So I was like, yeah, that was fun. But I'm like, yeah, it would be cool to play them on Twitch, but I'm like, yeah, I played them not so long ago, so I'm not like super hyped for it. But the fact that they are coming, what I actually am hyped for is Final Fantasy 12, which is one I haven't played.
Yeah, and it's the Zodiac Age one.
Yeah, which I can play that on the Switch, which is really cool.
So essentially it's 7, 9, 10, 10, 2,
What happened to 8?
Fuck 8.
Why is 8 not
Fuck
coming?
Squall and his Gunblade.
It is so funny that, Final Fantasy 7 to 12 is coming, but 8, for mysterious reasons, just not there.
Boom, just like not there at all. Even on Xbox, just like not included.
I don't understand why, though. It's not like, why? Why is it not included?
Because no one likes 8.
No, but there is a fan base that really loves 8.
Yeah, and they're just wrong.
But
also, I've never played 8.
Why is
I'm just prefacing this. I just love seeing.
I played 8 long after the fact, and it's not my favorite Final Fantasy, but there's nothing wrong with it.
Is 8 the one with Kefka?
No, that's 6. See now 6. When we get a 6 remake, oh my gosh, that'll be the day. No, I played 8 and it's great, but I think I played it too long after its heyday because there were things about it that frustrated me. Like it felt too slow to me.
Jeez, that's saying something for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but really good. But I can't fathom why it's just
because they use dumb weapons. They can't decide if it's a sword or a gun.
What the heck? Why do you? It's like we've got Final Fantasy 7, 9,
yeah.
10. Like what happens to 8? I don't know. Maybe it is. It's like maybe the field won't sell as well. I don't know. I know plenty of people would love to pick up 8 again.
Like Darren.
I mean, Darren is crying in his shower. Wait, he's at Comic-Con. He's in his Batman suit, crying about no squall.
Wow. What a dumb name.
Oh my gosh. I think Garth put out a tweet. Like, how funny that, not funny, but the fact that Japan had that typhoon. And then there's no squall and there's no Final Fantasy 8 coming. It's just the irony is just so funny. But what else was announced to that?
So, the Nintendo Online service.
Yes.
Now. Okay. So, the online service is coming out on the 18th of September.
Yes.
You'll need it to play most online games. I think the only one right now that said you won't need it is like Fortnite, which is super cool.
Nice. Yeah, even on PlayStation, you don't need PS Plus to play Fortnite, which is cool.
So, but anything like Mario Kart or Splatoon or ARMS or whatever you'll need the service. As part of the service, you get access to a Netflix-like NES library.
Can you access all those games?
So, yes, in October, you're getting a bunch of games which include Ice Climbers, Ghosts and Goblins, Excite Bike, Yoshi, Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Legend of Zelda, Dr. Mario, Original Mario Bros., Soccer Tennis, Balloon Fight, Double Dragon. So all of those are there.
That is really cool.
And then in October, November, and December, you'll eventually get NES Open Golf, Metroid, Wario Woods, Ninja Gaiden, Mighty Bomb Jack, stuff like that.
Mighty Bomb Jack.
So that's cool.
I thought that you're only gonna get like 1 or 2 NES
one a month.
games.
No, they changed it to this like service thing.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And how much? It's not expensive. The Nintendo service.
No, so
it's really nice.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Along with that, they announced wireless NES Joy-Con, which you can use to play obviously these games.
Well, really cool. Take my money controllers.
These controllers only on sale for people who are subscribed to the service. Not sure how that's going to work, but cool.
How?
Yeah. Does that mean traditional retailers won't stock them? Because how would they know?
Oh my gosh, you could only buy those controllers if you have your a TV license. Where's your Nintendo license?
It's a very strange.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I don't get it. The big thing is that cloud saves are coming as part of this
with
service.
Final Fantasy 7.
Now, this is where it gets weird. So I don't know if we spoke about this last week, but Nintendo's cloud save services won't apply to multiplayer games.
What?
Because Nintendo is worried that giving people access, or not even giving people access, just opening up access to save files will allow for cheating and tampering by editing those save files and whatever. So games like Splatoon 2, FIFA 19, ARMS, Dark Souls Remastered stuff will not have cloud save support, which is crazy. So you lose your Switch, you lose all your ranks in Splatoon. You lose your Switch, you lose all your unlocks in Mario Kart.
What if I buy a new Switch? Can I transfer that stuff over?
you if you put it on the
memory
external card, you can No, wait, hold on.
You see, how if I'm like, say they announce the...
No, wait, I think you can. I think you can.
I don't know how, though.
The issue is that you can't back up the saves. So if you don't have a memory card or your Switch gets lost, like there's no recourse for you can't back it up manually. I don't know if you can actually just put the memory card in a new Switch though. It might format it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm not entirely sure.
But still, it's besides the point. That's just dumb. There's no cloud save.
I think it's a limitation that they haven't thought about. I think for these multiplayer games, they've been saving things locally and they're all encrypted locally, and they haven't found a way to transfer that over to online. But it just limits the feasibility of this entire service.
Yeah.
And it gets worse.
I know.
So single player games, cool. You get your save games, whatever. Turns out, this is according to news that came out yesterday, if you default on your subscription or you choose to cancel your subscription, your cloud saves get erased.
What? Why?
Which is wow.
Okay, so hang on. If I have my subscription, okay, and I forget to renew it for a month, and then I decide to renew it, my cloud save's gone.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yep.
What? How? Do they just go to the server and be like, nah, man, this guy didn't pay a subscription. Delete it.
Yeah, it
Delete
sounds like
now.
more work than anything else.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, no, that's weird.
so Nintendo is like, with Nintendo, I feel like there's always, you have to wait for the second foot to drop. Like, you're up there, you're like, fuck yeah, cloud saves finally. Then this other foot drops, like, no multiplayer, we'll just erase that shit if you don't pay. It's like,
man.
Jesus Christ. Like,
Jeez,
guys, what the hell?
That is ridiculous. Good thing it's cheap.
So, yeah, it is cheap. It is $4 for 1 month, $7 for 3 months, and $20 for an annual pass.
Which is like
nothing.
really nothing. I mean,
Like,
if I think about PS Plus, it's what, 900 Rand a month?
yeah, it's like
a month, a year,
$80, $90 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Nintendo's one is a fraction, but at the same time, you have to deal with some bullshit. Like,
I'd happily pay that just for the library of NES titles.
or
man.
and for the chance to buy NES controllers.
For the chance, or you mean the permission?
Yeah, the permission, the privilege.
That is ridiculous.
This wasn't part of the Direct. We'll get to more Direct stuff later. I've got to find the article. Warframe is coming out on November 20th on Nintendo Switch.
Space Ninja Simulator.
Along with that, Diablo
3.
Eternal Edition is out on November 2nd for Nintendo Switch, and I cannot wait for that thing.
They're selling it at maximum price for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, geez,
I'm stoked to play that in a local co-op mode though.
yeah.
Other quick news from the Direct. Let me just scroll through here. So, yeah, we had Luigi's Mansion. Nintendo announced a few games for the 3DS, like the Wii Classic Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Oh, yes.
There's also a port of Katamari Damacy coming to Nintendo Switch.
Never played Katamari.
You just roll stuff in a bowl.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like me at McDonald's.
What?
Also for Switch, new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. So new Super Mario Bros. From the Wii U, which was apparently very good, being remastered for the Nintendo Switch.
That's cool.
There's also a new Yoshi game, Yoshi's Crafted World, which looks fucking awesome.
So everyone's been wanting to know when's Yoshi getting his limelight.
Did you ever play Yoshi's Woolly World?
Nope, but I've got a Woolly plushie, and that's all.
Dude, on 3DS, it is so good. Such a good game. I've also got the plushie.
I know.
I got the giant one.
I know. Bought one for my godchild. It's the best. She's gonna grow out of it, and I'm gonna get to take it back. That's my master plan.
Yoshi's Woolly World was awesome, and Crafted World just looks really good. So
Man,
I'm
that's
down. It is really funny, like playing that game, and there's a button for him to like shoot out his tongue, and the sound is just too pure. No, just, It's so dude. Then yeah, we discussed all the Final Fantasy games coming out.
I'll pick up Final Fantasy 12 definitely for Switch.
Then Nintendo did the fucking craziest thing.
Best troll move ever.
So everyone thought, cool, we're getting an Animal Crossing, and they saw
What's her name?
I don't know, the dog.
Rebecca.
Rosa. I don't know. The other dog. We are clearly massive Animal Crossing
fans. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love it.
It's basically her getting a letter and stuff, and people were like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is Animal Crossing, whatever. And then suddenly the image for like a new challenger has entered the battle for Smash Bros appears, and it's actually just a Smash Bro character reveal.
You're like, oh,
and everyone's just like, holy fuck, no ways, what just happened?
Oh, her name's Isabella.
I have never seen Twitter
that is
for
so
2
funny.
minutes in such disbelief. Just like,
how did
Nintendo do this? Like, because they knew, like, Nintendo must have known. They just played everyone. There was so much, not anger, just like,
disbelief.
How the fuck did this happen?
That's
It was
so
just
good.
the funniest thing. And then straight afterwards, they announced
That there
Animal
is an
Crossing
Animal Crossing
2019,
coming.
and Twitter exploded.
And Nintendo are I don't know, maybe it's not Nintendo, maybe more the Super Smash marketing team, because they did the same shit with King K. Rool.
Yeah.
With the King DDD, like, no, oh wait, they had...
Yeah, they did. They were like, oh, this is King K. Rool, and then it was DDD in a costume, and everyone's like, are you fucking joking? And then King K. Rool like appeared, yeah.
That's
They
so good.
know this market so well. They understand. I can't imagine that there isn't going to be some elaborate, ridiculous Waluigi reveal at this point.
My
Because
gosh.
if they are getting this meta with people, they're like, they see everyone asking for an Animal Crossing, and they're like fucking with them in this regard. Like, a Waluigi reveal must happen.
I have to find this tweet. I'm sure you saw it, but carry on speaking.
So yeah, Animal Crossing, cool. Pokemon maker Game Freak also revealed that they are making a new RPG that is not Pokemon.
What?
It's called Town. Yeah, looks cool.
Town. I actually saw like 2 seconds of gameplay of it.
Civilization 6 coming to Switch. Also, Port of City Skylines, which is out right now for Switch. What else?
So I have to find this.
In the Japanese Direct, there were some additional announcements like Assassin's Creed Odyssey coming to Switch via a purely cloud streamed solution, which is so weird.
Did you see this tweet? Sorry, for the Waluigi. So, you know that account Nibble on Twitter?
Yeah.
Who leaks, like, he put out a tweet saying, like, here's leaked stuff of the Nintendo Direct.
Oh, yeah, and it was like Waluigi choking Sakurai.
It's Waluigi with the crates of Smash, and it says, like, he's like, how did you find me? It's so good. And then there's Reggie, like, holding up the...
Yeah, Reggie holding up... What is that?
He's
Diablo?
dressed... I think it's meant to be like a Diablo thing, but it's like Reggie with, like, devil horns looking. And it's like... This is clearly fake, but it's so funny.
I think the biggest announcement from the Direct that wasn't on the American one, fucking Downwell is coming to Switch.
How did you find me? What? Downwell's coming to Switch?
Yes. It was only on the Japanese version of the Direct, but fucking Downwell, man.
That's awesome.
I love Downwell so much.
Would you turn your Switch on its side?
Yeah, you can play it like that.
That must be so weird. Jeez,
yeah, because there's no like stand for it.
Yeah,
but
it'll be so heavy. I foresee many dropped Switch.
Yeah, just like it's very top heavy.
Good thing there's cloud saves now, you know.
Not for multiplayer games.
Not for multiplayer games, but still.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is getting a massive season pass because hey, there's no Assassin's Creed next year.
Cash money.
And as part of that season pass, they are remastering Assassin's Creed 3, which I think is the worst one.
Is that the
American Revolution one?
America.
Yeah, the one that I wanted to be so good because I studied the American Revolution in school, and I find that period so interesting, and the game is just bad.
No,
it's got an 8-hour fucking tutorial, and I just don't like that game at all.
That's terrible.
Whatever.
Were there any scandals this week? I don't remember.
No.
Hashtag scandals.
There's new PlayStation firmware.
Oh yeah, what is in the firmware?
Performance improvements. That's it.
Is literally for 6.0. It's performance improvements.
Yep.
How big was the download?
It wasn't that big because it downloaded very quickly on mine. Yeah. Alan Wake. It's getting a TV adaptation.
What? That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I mean, it looks like at this point we're never getting a sequel to it, so I'll take what I can fucking get. So yeah.
Wait, but that so I know it's unrelated to the TV series, but that studio and they're making what's their game called?
The new one is called.
It looks really cool. I just can't remember what it's called now.
I can't remember.
Well, they're working.
Yeah,
on
it's
a
like
new game.
it's Jeff played it at E3 and he described it as like a Metroidvania. Quantum Break style thing.
No, another Metroidvania.
Yeah.
A Metroidvania roguelite. I can't remember.
I have to look.
You're gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Hot damn. Because that does look cool.
Game. Control. That's what it's called. Yeah. Control. I just had Quantum Break going through my head. I'm like it's not that. Pokemon Go has seen a 35% increase in players since May. I'm wondering.
Really?
Yes.
Jeez, I haven't played it for ages.
So good.
So much of Pokemons.
Let's see. Valve is not. That's a great header. Valve is now letting sexually explicit games on Steam with new filtering options.
Nah.
So I'm happy for this because I know there were a lot of games creators of not entirely explicit, but like sexually suggestive games as well. That suddenly had their games pulled from Steam with no recourse, which is shitty.
Oh man! But look at those lemons.
Yeah, great lemons, very perky.
Oh man, best header image ever.
Yeah. Hollow Knight Void Edition is coming to consoles on September 25th. So it's basically Hollow Knight with its 4 DLCs, which are all free anyway. And it's a good game and you should play it.
Guys, if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, you've heard us talking about this game. It is really, really worth it.
I can't wait for all the people messaging us to say it's not as good as you made it out to be.
No, they're going to message like, you guys were right the whole time. We knew it.
PUBG was the first Steam game to hold 1 million concurrent players for a full calendar year.
And it's
And then the streak ended the day afterwards. Yeah, it dipped under 1 million for the first time.
Oh, but no, wait, million players a day streak has ended.
Yeah, so they had a million players every single day for 365
Oh,
days.
sorry, 1 million players a day. I thought it meant like someone like who beat them.
No.
Okay.
No. That was the first game to ever hold 1 million concurrent for 365 days.
Jeez, like
that's crazy.
Oh, wait, but did they make it for the whole year?
Yeah.
360. Yes, that's hectic.
That's
oh my gosh,
pretty amazing.
That is impressive.
That's why whenever someone's like, "Your PUBG's died," it's like, no, it hasn't. Come on.
Oh, but that ended when Blackout came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blackout came out and the players dropped enough to go below.
There's an interesting correlation there.
Yeah, very, very fascinating. Almost like all these battle royales can't exist at once.
Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah. EA is under criminal investigation in Belgium because they refuse to use loot boxes from the games, which is just it's the most ballsy thing I've ever seen. Belgium's like, hey, this is illegal. Yes, like cool, fine.
We'll see you in court.
Yeah, see you in court.
I don't remember, like, other than the Nintendo Direct and the Final Fantasy announcement, I don't remember much
news.
Of course.
Oh yeah, there's a new
in our habit of
Nintendo Switch bundle coming out.
Switch focus news and fanboyism.
There's a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Switch bundle. So this isn't hey, you're buying a Pikachu themed Switch and you're buying an Eevee one. It's a combination of both, which means you get a very light brown Joy-Con on one side and a bright yellow one on the other one.
Would you buy that?
No.
I also wouldn't. I like that yellow Joy-Con is nice.
I don't like the dock. Like there's a Pikachu and an Eevee on the dock, and I think it looks bad.
Yeah, no, but
it also makes it look like the Joy-Cons are their butts.
It's their tails, I think. No, like I love my yellow Joy-Cons, but those are those bright arms yellowed. But
this yellow looks nice.
Pikachu's like a nice rich yellow.
If I could get another one on both sides, that'd be nice. It's almost like the when Mario Odyssey came out, they had their version of red Joy-Con.
Yeah,
it was like a different red and looked really good. So yeah, it comes in two versions because obviously you have to choose which version of the game you want, but the actual hardware is identical across both. So yeah, that's out.
I mean, cool if they swapped the Pikachu and the Eevee.
Yeah, made one bigger than the other based on what you chose.
Oh yeah.
Shadow the Tomb Raider got a bunch of reviews. You said it's sitting on 78 on Metacritic.
On Metacritic, yeah.
Oh yeah, this was
reviewing.
Microsoft apparently didn't need to release Crackdown 3 during the 28 holiday season because there's already enough. Microsoft, my dudes, let me tell you something.
What?
This year, Sony has put out God of War and Spider-Man.
No, just those two. Oh man.
And those games are fucking brilliant. And y'all are coming out and saying you don't need to release anything. Get the fuck out of here.
They've got State of Decay and
they got State of Decay and Forza.
Look, Forza will probably
Forza's
review well, but sorry, like not to shit on any racing game fans, but it's like another Forza.
Yeah, it's a racing game. It's not a God of War. It's not a Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like
what
Microsoft? You need
Microsoft.
something, my dudes. Like, and Crackdown 3 doesn't even look like it's going to be it.
I know, and that's coming in March.
February. End of February.
I'd love to know how that game's going to be.
I think that's pretty.
Was that it? Shall we stop it there?
I think that's most of it.
Let me see.
Let me just check one more page.
Let me load up these questions while you see
I've reached Zer from last week, so we're done.
Zer signals the end of that. Okay, let's see. I've got to timestamp this quickly. Just hang on.
We've got a lot of questions. I even saw one on Facebook.
There's one on Facebook. Hang on, sorry. Let me just write questions. Do you want to sing your jingle? Put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot there like that. My goodness. Apparently, Brandon from work says we do great Phil Collins impressions.
By we, he means you. I did nothing. So good. Okay, wait. We've got a bunch of questions, actually.
Ooh.
Okay, so Corey Stradom at Corey206 says, questions for your podcast. Game of the Year awards, are they good, bad, or irrelevant?
I don't think they're either. I definitely don't think they're irrelevant.
No, I also don't think they're irrelevant.
Because you just have to look at a Game of the Year edition box with its fucking 10 billion quotes on how many awards they won. They're definitely not irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think what's happening is that they're changing, and I like that. I see sites experimenting with the format of Game of the Year awards, which is nice. My favorite has to be Giant Bomb's version of theirs, because instead of doing like they release a week of podcasts, which are basically their Game of the Year discussions. So the discussions on their Game of the Year stuff is all open, and it's like 5 days of like 4-hour podcasts, and they really discuss in minutia. You know, they fly up the entire team from New York and they all discuss it. And it's really fascinating to hear, you know, the reasonings and stuff like that. But then what they also do is they get game developers and other journalists and whatever to write up top 10 lists for them, and they post it all on their site. So you have like a top 10 list from Greg Miller, a top 10 list from Rami Ishmael, stuff like that, which is awesome because it gives you so many different perspectives.
Yeah.
Like you'll see Rami Ishmael talk about indie games you've probably never heard of sometimes, but also talk about Destiny.
Yeah.
While Greg Miller's talking mainly about mainstream games. So I think what Game of the Year award needs is less, which sounds weird, like less objectivity. It needs more subjectivity. I think last year when I wrote up my list, I was like, hey, I'm not going to regurgitate what I think the 3 best games are of the year, because generally those are pretty much decided. There's very little leeway in that.
Yeah.
But here are 3 games that are really good that not enough people played.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the Game of the Year, you can't actually, like, I don't think they're irrelevant. I think they're very interesting, and it is cool to talk about. I mean, if you and I had to talk about, like, what's your Game of the Year? Like, we go have back and forth, like, no, but this, that, whatever. It's good to have different tastes. So I think for any publication or person to come out and be like, this is definitely the Game of the Year, that's fun.
Yeah.
But as a publication, it's like, if Greg Miller's like, this is my Game of the Year, cool, that's his Game of the Year. But for, like, IGN say, this is the Game of the Year, it's like, yeah, they put it to the vote, maybe, and discussed it, but it's not the Game of the Year for everyone.
Yeah, and because that process is like not transparent, you don't really know how they got to that conclusion, which again is why I like Giant Bombs, because it's like, I know exactly how this is working, and I hear their discussions in the for and against, and it's really good. So even if you don't agree, but at the end of the day, it's a list that is just meant to represent, let's be honest, like Game of the Year lists for websites serve no purpose as to drive conversation. Like, people love to disagree with Game of the Year discussions, and it drives traffic. So if it didn't, there would be no point. Yeah. Because it serves no purpose. So,
I mean, what's your Game of the Year?
So far, it's Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight.
Even though it's not a 2018 game.
But see, people will be like, but Hollow Knight, but there's Spider-Man and God of War and Forza Horizon and this and Red Dead Redemption. No, but that's the point. It's like, that's your Game of the Year.
Yeah, people will be like, oh, God of War. Well, it was the same when Journey came out. I said Journey was my Game of the Year that year. And that was like the same year as Borderlands 2 and some big games.
Imagine, though, gamers have different tastes.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
But yeah, I don't think they're relevant. I enjoy the conversations around it. And what's cool for me was with Game of the Year, it gives me an opportunity to identify games that I might have missed.
So yeah, like that is my main thing.
If I hadn't played Hollow Knight and everyone is going on about Hollow Knight, I'd be like, shit, like I should check it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like Child of Light, for example. I don't think it won like Game of the Year, but it won a lot of like...
It was in conversation.
Yeah, it's like, this is the surprise indie hits of the year or whatever. And I picked it up purely on that merit, and I really loved that game. I'd never have picked it up otherwise.
Yeah.
So Game of the Year lists are cool because it's like, well, I've played God of War, I'm going to play Spider-Man.
It's the ones that come in like 7th, 8th, and 9th that are more interesting because you didn't really hear about them.
Like, think about, what's that platformer that came out? It's Celeste.
Oh, fuck,
that's a game I've heard of. I haven't picked it up, but like it came out in February.
I can't believe that game came out this year. I actually thought about it. I thought that was
beginning
last
of the year. So now the thing is, like, I would have forgotten. Okay, that's just an example.
That's in, like,
but
my
I would
top
have,
3 easy.
yeah, I would have forgotten about it.
Yeah,
you might have put it in your top 3. You're like, yeah, Celeste is a great game. I'm like, oh shit, like I forgot about that. I'll pick it up.
Celeste is so good.
Celeste
is so good.
I need to pick it up, man. There's too many games. Can we just boil this conversation down to the fact that 2017 was a great year.
2018 is been...
And people were like, yeah, this is the best year we've had since, I don't know, in the last 12 years, whatever the whole... There was some year where 2004, 2005, where like a whole lot of like really great games, tons and tons of great games came out. Like we won't have this for another decade.
2018's matching
been
it.
A really,
pretty
really
good
year. Oh my gosh. So
everyone's like, oh, we got a Zelda and a Mario in the same year. And they were both fantastic. What's next you're going to have? It's like, cool, fucking God of War and Spider-Man. Like,
So yeah, where's
the
Switch
two
one?
most unlikely revivals ever.
Yeah, but so where Switch won last year, I think PlayStation's going to win a lot this year,
PlayStation's
just with
killing it
those
this
two
year.
alone.
They really are driving
yeah.
it home this year.
Okay, another question from Corey says, frozen yogurt, any good or just 90s
I love
nostalgia?
frozen yogurt.
It's definitely not 90s nostalgia. I love frozen yogurt.
I prefer frozen yogurt to like soft serve ice cream.
Oh, man. What happened to Wackaberry, man? They were everywhere.
Man,
and
that
they,
fat died.
It died so hard.
But you know, like, even with the Wackaberry, I never used to put like a bunch of shit on it, like sweets and chocolate or whatever.
I would have
I just have yogurt.
Yeah, I'd have a little bit of everything, like tiny or something. I might put in like what do I put on? Turkish delight. That's the only thing I couldn't
Turkish
not
delight's
put
good.
on. But I wouldn't put like Turkish delight and Skittles. And
But I saw some people like they put on so much shit you wouldn't even see the yogurt.
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Fuck that. I just like fruity yogurts, like a mango one or a chocolate frozen yogurt is really good.
Yeah,
So yeah, I like frozen yogurt a lot.
it's so good. Definitely not a fad. Well,
It is. But
Wackaberry
I
was a
wish there
fad,
was more.
we need more of those. Meg says, would you trade in your Switch for the Switch successor, even if it means it has a high chance of being the Wii U version 2? I would 100%.
That is so like speculative.
Yeah, I would 100% trade my Switch in, because what the Switch has now is already like great. You know, I don't see them unless, I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, unless Nintendo just stop releasing great shit, which I don't see happening.
I mean, they go
there's
through
great-
the cycle of like good console, bad console.
Yeah, and this is a good console.
I don't know. I mean, no one will know that from the outset.
No,
That way.
Oh wait, sorry, I misunderstood. The Switch successor, so like the next generation of.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, because we all know it's going to happen. The
Switch XL
the
or
Switch
whatever.
XL, whatever the hell it
The
is.
Switch S.
I would 100% trade in just to get that, because at the moment I'm like, yeah, the Switch is my most played console.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't I have?
if there's an upgraded version of the Switch, then hell yeah, I will buy that in a heartbeat.
Now that I understand the question.
If it's like next generation, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Nintendo's going to break their cycle or what they're thinking about there, but I think it's way too early to even wonder about that, because I think the Switch is still going to be here for a while. But I hope that they don't hit another dip, because it would suck.
If they could get out of that cycle of good, bad.
I mean, they're already talking about another Zelda on Switch.
Yeah. Well, we need the two.
The Wii U didn't even have one.
Yeah.
Well, it had one, Breath of the Wild, after the Switch came out. Yeah, but like,
she's like,
yeah.
And he says, are there any games that you're eagerly awaiting that are coming out in 2018, 2019? And he says he's excited for Left Alive. What is Left Alive?
It's like a mechish game.
Oh, this is the one that looks. The art makes me think very much of Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Left
I
Alive.
don't know if I've seen.
I don't know
gameplay
if
of that.
I've seen gameplay either, to be honest. What I'm excited for.
I'll keep it to one game. I'm really, 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 really excited for.
Red Dead Redemption. No.
Well,
something
that
else.
yeah, but Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Shadows
That's
Die Twice.
February, March. That does look good though.
March. 22nd of March, I think.
I don't know. There's nothing
Actually,
coming.
yeah, Sekiro and Metro. Those are the ones I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, those both look great. There's nothing. I mean,
Crackdown 3, Maddie.
no.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I speak shit. The Ori sequel, yes, please.
Fuck yeah, that's 2019.
Yeah.
What's it? Wind or Will?
Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps.
I mean, I was thinking for this year it was like the usual Spider-Man. Excited for God of War.
But Ori looks.
Ori.
so
I
good.
mean, everyone knows I love Ori, and if I could just get a release date for that sequel, that would make me
2019.
so happy.
I wonder if I'm sure it will be like early-ish 2019. Maybe I don't know. Who
I don't
knows?
know.
Maybe it will be E3. They're like, it's out now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't think it'll come out beginning of next year, because I don't know. I just feel it won't. But the first Ori, they announced it at E3 and at Gamescom, if I'm not mistaken, it got a release date for March of the following year, and we don't have a release date. But they've just said 2019.
Yeah,
If they could shadow drop it, shit,
that'd be cool.
That'd
be cool.
the best news ever.
There's also Splunky 2 coming out in 2019.
Splunky. I've never played Splunky 1.
Splunky's good.
Is that, it's a roguelite as well?
Yes. Metroidvania roguelite.
Oh my god, so I would love it. We all know this.
Splunky, there's a reason people play it to this day for dailies. It's just
God damn,
good.
so good.
I don't know if it's on Switch. Fuck, that game should be on Switch.
Is it not?
I don't know if it is. It should be.
It should be.
Isn't.
Okay. And our last question comes from Nicola CrossFit. How do you pronounce his surname? I don't actually know. Domazet?
How does it spell?
Domazet.
Domazet? Albania.
What? Says, if you could choose one superhero from Marvel and DC each as your favorite, which two would it be? That's easy for me.
Is it easy? Okay, go for it then.
For Spider-Man. Like,
Is
hands
Spider-Man your
down,
favorite?
I've always
Okay.
loved Spider-Man. So, which is funny because you'd think I'd have the game by now. But it's
Yes.
one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'll wait. You know, like typical God of War stuff. Like, I'll love God of War, but I'll wait 2-3 weeks before I buy it. I should buy Spider-Man.
You should.
Get me photos of Spider-Man.
You 100% should.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Marvel, Spider-Man, and DC have Batman, man. I've always loved Batman.
Batman's good.
So good, but those are like the boring answers. So sorry, nothing
No,
exciting from
no.
my side.
No, I mean, those are good answers still. From Marvel.
It's Captain America, isn't it?
No, I actually don't like Captain America at all.
It's Hawkeye, isn't it?
I like Iron Man a lot, but I think I like Robert Downey Jr. more than I like Iron Man.
I honestly think, before the movies, like people liked Iron Man, but people specifically like Iron Man purely because he plays that character so well. Yeah,
interpretation, I think,
really good.
Because Iron Man in the comics feels different. You know, he's still cocky and super rich and a bit of an alcoholic, but like he just doesn't feel the same.
Robert Downey Jr.'s got like that attitude about him, that swag that no other
that no other character kind of gets. I think I'd probably say Iron Man I'm not a huge I love the Marvel films, but I've never really read Marvel comics aside from like Civil War. I don't have a huge. I love Spider-Man as well. I think Spider-Man is a quintessential like young kid just trying to do his best. You know, it's cool.
Like a well-balanced superhero.
In DC, it's probably also a boring answer, but it's the easy one. I just love the Joker.
The Joker. Oh, man.
Yeah, the Joker is just...
He's not a superhero. He's a supervillain.
I mean, sure, but like he, to me, is the epitome of interesting comic book writing because like he's just so unknown and mysterious. And I fucking hate it that they're trying to contextualize so much about him. Like the recent arc of comics proves that there's actually been 3 Jokers. Batman's just discovered that there's been 3.
What? I didn't know that.
It's just like, fuck off with your mythology.
Yeah.
Like, keep him mysterious and keep him, you know, exciting in that way. Like, I don't know. I've read a lot of great graphic novels with the Joker. Like The Man Who Laughs and The Killing Joke is really good. A lot of people don't like Killing Joke for certain reasons, but I understand that. But I still think the ending is very fascinating. He's always been Batman's worst foe purely because he is the exact same person as Batman, in my view.
Yeah.
Like that's why they hate each other, because they're the same person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I find him interesting.
That's interesting though.
Yeah.
But he's a superhero. I mean, a
Super villain.
But we'll let you have it.
I'll take it.
I think that is all the questions. I think we're done. Bye.
Yeah, bye, Felicia. Bye.
What?
No.
Bye? I got you to say bye, Felicia. I thought this day would never come.
Yeah, I'm heading to Comic-Con now.
Oh, man, I'm not.
I'm going to buy toys.
Buy me a what do you call it? A Pinchamari. Pachamari. Pachamari.
Oh, yeah, they're cute. Yeah, for
legit,
fun,
if you're in that queue, please buy me one. I'll give you cash monies for it. The keyring. It's 100 rand. Don't pay more than that.
For a keyring?
I'll pay 99 rand for that little Pincham. It's like a mini plushy keyring. Have you met me?
Yeah, true.
Come on. I need that in my life. You know? I won't sleep tonight if I don't have it. Yeah, let that haunt you when you don't buy it for me.
Like, that's going to haunt me. Please. You arrived here and I was still sleeping. Clearly, nothing phases me.
I should have jumped on you. What did you?
Wait, did you come into my room and see me sleeping and then just walk out?
No, because
someone did.
No, I opened the door. I was like, oh, wait, you're still out. Then I was like, okay. Then I walked out. I was like, I saw your dad. It's like, oh, hey, hello. Yes, I was still sleeping.
Someone walked into my room. I heard them, and I looked, and as I looked, they were closing the door, and I don't know.
No, I just opened the door because I wasn't sure if you were up or not.
So
you were sleeping.
You.
I watched you like Edward Cullen.
For
creepy. 1 second, I was like,
That's a strange way to end this podcast.
Plug us on all the platforms. Make it unawkward.
If you're on a platform that has ratings, please
Give us.
send us a rating. Send us your questions at Checkpoint Chat on Twitter. and facebook.com/checkpointchat and checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com.
And we're available on everything. And where can we find you on Twitter?
@Caption Barbosa on Twitter.
And every time you ask me, I'm like, I'm at Matthew Figure, like, oh, not at hairy knees. I'm like, no, I'm at Matthew. And I've realized because I can't have hairy knees.
Oh, is it taken?
Because I'm sure I would have chosen it, and I went and I looked. Someone took it.
Motherfucker.
This account was created in 2008, which is
it like an
just
egg account?
before. It's an egg account they've never tweeted.
Fuck.
Never in their life. I'm like, that's why I never took the name then. So
it's the same with my Captain Barbosa. Couldn't take it because some asshole has it.
Some
But I think he
asshole.
actually uses it, so I don't feel so
no,
bad.
mine doesn't use it. So
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
how to
horrible.
get rid of them.
It's
But
like account squatting.
Why?
It's terrible.
Wow, we're not at CrossFit. Why are they squatting? What is this?
On that note, this has been episode 24, Checkpoint Chat. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.
Next week, episode 25. Oh yeah, goodbye.